Hello, hello, lovely people. Welcome into That Sounds Gay. My name is Jer, and I will be your podcast host for a short time. That Sounds Gay is a podcast for queer people and people who enjoy queer people. And we talk about so many things around here, so many different topics. But can I say something? This has been something that has come up recently. I saw this on my social media pages. Is about gifts. And I want to talk about gifts and gift giving and the act of it. I love gifts. I love receiving gifts. It's one of my love languages. It's my top love language, and I know that there's a lot of contention about love languages and their legitimacy and how they were crafted and all of that goes behind it with all the religion and everything. I don't care. I don't care how it was crafted. I don't care who made it. I don't care what the intention was. I like the idea of it. I like the idea that there is something that each one of us has that we enjoy being loved in a certain way. And I think there's ways to enjoy something and detach it from what its original context was. And that's what I've done with the love languages. I understand that I really like receiving things. I love when people are kind to me. They think, I thought of you, and so I got you this mini bad dragon at a con, which my partner did. He saw it, thought of me, got it. There was a Luigi that he found, and I love Luigi. I'm a huge Luigi fan. I'm a huge Luigi simp. I really just turn all the way up to Luigi, the video game character. He found this 3D printed Luigi that was so cute. And he thought of me and he got it. And I love things like that. I went to the 7-Eleven and I got myself some donuts because I was feeling hungry. And I got you a Snapple. Here's that. I got you a king size Snickers bar. Got you some Reese's cups and also some gummy worms. It's because I was thinking of you. I love that. I love when you get something that's really personalized, cards that someone hand drew or wrote a very thoughtful note. I keep a lot of cards. Things that are just like, happy birthday, love you, mean it. Like, I'd throw most of those away. I think most of us do. I love them, but I'll keep them, for like a year. And I'll look at it and I'll be like, oh, that was very nice of them to take the time to write down that they loved me. But I don't need it anymore. I don't need to hoard this piece of paper anymore. But stuff that's hand-drawn, handmade, a very thoughtful notes, I keep those things because they're important to me. Things that are handmade or something that had an especially poignant thought behind it. Sometimes I'll throw certain things away because it's just gotten old. It has wear and tear on it. Maybe I don't need it anymore. And it's taking up space. And I think it's okay to admit that. We can't keep every trinket in our entire lives. We'll be hoarder people, This is just not possible. So I love gifts. I love giving them when I have the capability of doing so. I don't always, have the capability of getting things for everybody, especially all the people that matter to me. I do buying stuff left and right because I'm almost always thinking of people in my life that I want to bless. I want to give them something that shows that I was thinking of them. What I can't stand is it's wild to me that there are people that will buy something and they'll say, oh, I was thinking of you, so I got you this gum packet. And then you look at it and you say, oh, even if you don't tell them, it might not be your favorite flavor or whatever. And you might not respond the way that they were hoping you would. And so they're like, well, then give it back. If you don't want it, then give it back. And I didn't say that I didn't want it. I didn't say I didn't want this. I'm sorry that I didn't react the right way. I'm sorry that I didn't shower you with praise and compliments and get on my knees and eat your butt because you bought me this gum packet that's not the flavor that I like. I'm just saying, I thank you for this. If you go next time, please get me the grape ice cubes because I really like those. But I will definitely chew this wintergreen. It's not It's not bad. Thank you so much. If you ever see those ice cubes and you want to get me gum again, just get the, and like, it's not like I say that. I'm always very kind. I'm always very respectful whenever I get a gift. I will always do my best to be thankful because somebody spent money on me. They didn't have to. I get that. I'm always very respectful. And I just don't understand people that want to gift you something with the intention that you are then going to get on your hands and knees and say, "Can I please eat your butt now? Oh my God, please let me eat you out because you got me something nice. You were thinking of me. Let me do something back for you. Oh my God, I also have this. Here you go. Here's a thing. How do you want me to react?" And then if you don't react that way, they get mad or upset. And I saw something of someone who had received a gift, and they later, after the fact, didn't want it, and they were asking if anybody did want it. You know, they said, "I got this as a gift. I don't want this. It's not for me." And somebody roasted them and said, "Why would you even accept a gift if you didn't want it in the first place? You must have wanted it. So now you want to give it away because it wasn't what you thought it was going to be. It wasn't what you wanted. You only took it the first time. You could have sent it back." Mama Diva, please, it is not that serious. Everything in life we have reactions to, right? Sometimes you look at something and you think, "You know what? I really like that. I think that this gift you gave me, it's going to look really nice on my mantle, you know? I'm going to put it right up there. It'll look beautiful. I'm really going to turn up to it. It'll really brighten up the room and the space." And then you put it there and you think, "That's not right." So you maybe put it somewhere else in your home and it still doesn't work there. Maybe you like put it on your desk and it still doesn't work there and you think, "You know what? I don't know if this is for me." Or maybe somebody gets you a video game. That's very much in my wheelhouse. Someone will buy you a game and you'll play it and you think, "You know what? This is not for me. I don't like this. I don't enjoy it. I want to uninstall it. I thank you for spending the money on me. I don't want to play it." And you don't have to. You don't have to. You know, you get something and you don't want it. You don't need to keep it. You don't need to be rude and say, "Well, F this gift." Screw you for buying something for me. You know, and that wasn't the original post. It was literally just, you know, I won't get into it, but the sentiment behind it was, why did you take it if you didn't want it? And it's baffling to me that you would get mad at somebody for, after accepting something, deciding that it wasn't for them anymore. Never give something to someone with the intention that you want something back from them. You know, if you gift something, you're thinking of someone, you buy something for them, you're thinking of them, they accept it graciously, they're very kind. That's the end of the gesture. You're not owed anything more than that. And there's a very common through line here of feeling like you are owed something back because of your kindness, because of your generosity. "Oh my God, I did such a nice thing for you, so now you have to do something back for me. You have to react or reply or respond the way that I want you to because I did something I didn't have to do." And when you give kindness, when you expel that into the world, it's to expel kindness, not because you're trying to get something for it. It's not a tradesy situation, unless that was already the mentality. If I give you something, it's because I want you to have it. I don't care what you do with it. That's your business. If you want to take that bag of jelly beans and shove it up your butt, that's on you. If you want to eat it, you want to throw it away, you want to give it to your neighbor, that's on you. I gave you something because I thought of you, and I don't need anything back. You don't need to do anything more than that. Don't be a dick. Don't be like, "I don't eat jelly beans, and I don't want this," and then throw it back in my face. Because there's so many other ways you can handle it. You could be like, "Thank you. You know what? I really like Skittles. If you ever see Skittles, you know, if you go back to the store and you're thinking of me, if you ever see Skittles, I love those. Thank you so much for the jelly beans. I'm going to make sure to eat these. But if you ever see Skittles, get those for me." That's fine. That's totally acceptable. Because then you're sort of resetting an expectation or a boundary. Like, that way you're not stupidly buying something for somebody over and over and over again And you're like, oh my God, don't you just love the tropical flavored Skittles? And you're like, actually, I really like the original. I like that. I like these. And thank you for getting it for me. And I've done that before, you know. For a little while, my mother-in-law was buying these Arizona teas. And there was one that she was getting quite a bit. And it was week after week. And I was getting sort of tired of it. Not of the gift, but just of the flavor. I was like, I really want something else. So when she gave it to me, I was like, hey, if you happen to go to the store again, can you grab a sweet tea? I really want to try that one. Thank you so much for the green tea. I really love it. I can't wait to drink this. It's going to be so refreshing. It's hot today. But would you mind getting a sweet tea if you do it again? You don't have to. But if you do, you know, I would really love that. She's like, oh, sure. Yeah. Do you still like that one? I could get it every once in a while if you still like it. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I love this flavor. Just, you know, mix it up every now and again. I like something else. Give me something new. Because if you're just buying stuff for somebody thinking that they love it and I think that's what it is. I think it's an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment of thinking, I got you something and it wasn't what you wanted and I'm embarrassed that you didn't want it. And so now I'm going to retaliate against you because you didn't like the thing that I gave you graciously, that I didn't have to do. You should have gotten on your knees and eaten my butt for that. No, that's not how it works. That's not how kindness and gift giving works. So all of this to say, getting mad at someone for not replying in the way that you want them to, that's ugly. You don't need to do all that. You can gift something to someone out of the kindness of your heart, the joy that it brings you to see their face light up, to just know that you did something you didn't have to do. And that could be the end of it. Or just getting something you know brings somebody joy. I got you this because I thought it would make your day better. And whatever happens next, happens. That's on you. That's not on me anymore. That's on you. And hopefully you love it. And if you don't, that's all right. I will just adjust next time. And that's okay. As long as the person's not being a dick about it, if they're like, oh, well, screw this and throws it back at you, then it's fine. There's a mod for Stardew Valley for anyone who plays. It's the gift rejection system, where if the villager doesn't like it, they will throw it back at you, literally throw it onto the screen. And depending on how much they hate it, they'll throw it farther. There's a built-in mechanic for hate factors, and they'll toss it several feet if they despise it. As long as somebody's not doing that, you know, you give them this Coke can, you're like, I thought of you, here's a refreshing Coca-Cola, and they take that and they chuck that at you and it leaves a welt on your forehead. Sure, that was messed up. Get mad at that person. They shouldn't have responded that way. But they say, oh, thank you, and that's it. Or thank you so much, and they put it in the fridge and never drink it. You can't be like, you're not going to drink the Coke I got you? I got that for you. Don't you want it? Why aren't you drinking it? Oh, I just don't want it right now. I'll probably drink it tomorrow. Why? Why are you drinking the Coca-Cola tomorrow? I got it for you for today. I would have got... that's just so rude and disrespectful. Miss Mama Diva, it is really not that serious. It is okay. It is really okay. Should we jump in the episode now? Let's do that. Let's get in the episode. Bitch, could you imagine being in a submarine like that? I could not. I would simply never do something like that.
Yeah. It's fascinating to see how people stupidly die for shit like that.
Dumb ways to die.
For real.
I just can't imagine being like, let me go visit a mass grave because I can in a rickety old submarine down in freezing water. What could possibly happen?
Yeah.
Nothing.
I was telling my friend that if I ever become as rich as these people, I'll be perfectly honest. I'm never ever reading another piece of paper ever again. I'm gonna trust whoever I hired to read that piece of paper for me.
Yeah.
So maybe they were just dumb enough to not sign it themselves. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
clearly they did. So,
Well, and the other
bitch.
thing is, like, they didn't even have windows on that submarine. They were watching
No,
from
they
a
sure
computer
didn't.
screen. Why would you go down to the Titanic if you can't even see it with your own eyes? You got to watch it through a
Hello.
computer. What the fuck?
Really, really, really crazy. Really crazy.
And, like, girl, you got that much money. Like, why don't you go and do something productive, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, launch yourself to space.
Elon Musk,
Shit.
stupid idiot as he is, go up to space, go check out the moon. You
Yeah.
know, at least there's
Yeah.
been more
Expeditions.
expeditions. Thank you. I didn't know what the word was. Evacuations. There's been more expeditions to the moon than there
Yeah,
have
sure
been
has.
to the bottom of the ocean. We don't even know what's
Hello.
down there.
At
Cthulhu
this
could be
point,
down there.
I'm an expert on space.
Oh, are
You
you?
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh,
I ended up. Can you hear that, bitch?
I heard that.
I'm so
Who's screaming out there? Is it the guy?
tired. No, it's my
Do you
goddamn
hear?
neighbors.
Do you hear anything on my end?
No.
Like a constant revving?
No.
Okay, great.
What?
Someone's
You
over
got
there.
a chainsaw massacre happening?
I think 2 houses down. Yeah.
My neighbors are casually getting murdered.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
fine.
pretty sure.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
What's going on out there?
I mean, just these people next door, they're so loud. They're so loud. I think their front door is open, but I have this theory that their daughter is like, do you know that story that's based off of like the orphan, where it's like that little girl who was from Ukraine and she
Stop.
pretended to be like 12 years old, but she was fully like a 30-year-old woman. I
Yeah.
fully think that's the kid next door. Like, I've seen her. She looks like a serial killer. She looks like a serial killer. Like, and she's only like 5 years old. But I'm like, that is fully either an adult sociopath that's pretending to be a child, or this is someone who retained consciousness from their last life and they are ready to kill again. I'm telling you right now, there's something not right about this little girl next door. I'm telling you.
I know the little screams. Spooky ooky, bro.
Oh yeah. Ookie spooky.
Oh, very ooky spooky. Halloween delicious, you know.
Let's get sickening. Halloween.
She's doing real death drops out there, girl. Lord.
Still the most is happening. Yeah, no, I swear. It's wild, girl. It's wild.
Does she have the face of a 45-year-old woman?
She does, bitch. I'm telling you, it's creepy.
That's tough, man.
It's weird. And she does that walk like not kids don't walk like that. Like adults walk like that, you know?
She walks like she pays taxes.
Oh yeah. That's the walk, bitch. That's the walk. It's so like, I don't know, every time I see her outside, I'm like, that's not a 5-year-old. That's an adult.
No.
She
Sounds
has
like,
burdens.
She's got friends named like Jan and Pamela and hi Cynthia. Like she'll call. Those are her imaginary friends.
Yeah, I'm telling you. It's weird. It's sketchy.
That's sketch.
That's
weird.
Mama, it's not okay. It's not okay.
No.
Well, we're here with Jasmine again. Hi,
Can you
bitch.
believe?
I could not believe it. Well, guess what, Mimi? We did. Mimi, I'm first, was third in the voting. I could not believe it. Don't disrespect my fans, bitch. Well, from the looks of it, you don't got that many.
Face crack.
You've seen all those Untucks, right?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Do you have a favorite Untucked season, by the way?
Say it again?
Do you have a favorite Untucked season?
Season 6.
Oh,
definitely.
With Courtney and that straw that she couldn't get in her mouth.
Oh, she was the one who started it all. She's the one who started that whole gag, girl. I love that Untucked.
I'm really fuck with
attacked.
5. Oh my God, La Ganja. God, I love Ganj.
So and what do you do successfully?
Quickly.
Oh my gosh.
I
That's one
fuck
of
with
my
season
favorites.
4 and 5's Untucked, but my favorite is 3 because of Shangela and Yara and Alexis. Every single
Yes.
week, they were
Yes.
kicking up dust, and I loved them for it.
I miss those kinds of untucked.
Me too. It feels
Yeah.
so like, oh my
Dry.
god, we're all just best friends, and we
Yeah.
just.
I so appreciate your drag for who
Yeah,
you
and
are.
I love that. I love uplifting drag queens. I love uplifting other art performers, things like that. But I want them to come in and be like, "So, Mama, did you brush your hair with a Barbie comb this morning? It looks
Yeah.
ratty. You went out
Yes.
on the runway like that? Why do you think that the judges are giving you preferential treatment when your drag is clearly worse than the rest of ours?" That's why I couldn't go on the
Mm,
show, because that would be me. I would be a villain.
I would hope so. You'd be the most entertaining. I'm just saying, you'd be the most
Oh,
entertaining.
girl, I feel like I would probably go far because I'd be the villain. I mean, you've known me long enough. Do you
Yeah.
see that in your fantasy of me?
I
Like,
see that in my fortune ball that I look
come on,
into
thanks for looking
every
in your
morning.
ball.
Yes.
I love looking at the ball.
I polish it every morning, girl. And I
Just a
look
real
right
good
into it.
yanking a polish for me.
Yes. A little pinch, tuck and roll. And then I polish it up. Put a little
Yes.
gel on. Yeah, I think you would be such a fun entertainer on RuPaul's Drag Race. Are you kidding
Thank
me?
you. Do
You
you
would be
remember when you
super
came and
fun.
helped me with my audition?
Yes.
That was
Yes, I
really fun.
remember that. That was such
That
a
was
good
so
time.
fun.
We recorded video and yeah, that was really fun.
Girl, we went like 8 hours or something. That was nuts.
Gosh,
And
worth it.
I didn't even get on.
No, but it was for the experience, girl.
Right, it
It
was
was
a fun
nice.
time. I
It
was
was.
I was telling someone recently I would be the villain if I went on RuPaul's Drag Race. I
Mm-hmm.
would be the villain character because
Yeah.
I'm like no nonsense and I call things out and I just sort of speak my mind whether I realize that I'm doing it or not. And they were like, "No, you wouldn't be. You're so nice and kind." And I'm like, "You could be nice and kind and also be a bitch."
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't see why not. Yeah, I think you would be super fun. I've seen a good chunk of your, you know, performances, good
Mm,
chunk of your ass, good chunk
yes,
of that body. I think you would just have such a fun time on RuPaul's Drag Race,
I
and I would
really
be so
would.
excited to see you on it.
Would
It
you
would be a cool
ever
time.
go on, like, let's say they open the parameters
Hmm.
to like more types of drag? You were doing drag for,
I
whatever.
would
Would
be
you do it?
doing office work drag, okay? I woke up in the morning and I decided not to shower drag.
Stop that.
Getting real greasy hair, you know? No, no.
You'd go in giving Brenda the
Yes,
office worker realness.
very much that. I've got my water bottle in my hand, my vape in the other. I'm
Yes.
walking in the office, and you're lucky to see me, okay? That's what I'd be giving. I think it would be fun. Drag is so hard. Drag
Oh
race
yeah.
itself is another level, right?
Yeah.
But drag in general, I feel like hardly anybody gives credit, girl.
No.
It's so difficult,
I think some
you know?
people often think, "Oh, it's just putting on makeup. That's it."
No,
It's
no,
so much more. There was this
so much
girl that
more than
I worked with a couple times. I don't think she does drag anymore. But mama, when I tell you, this girlie thought she could go out there and do nothing and people would be like, "Yes, queen, yes."
that.
She
Mm-mm.
went out and did like a Gaga number or something. I don't remember what it was. But basically 15, 20 seconds in, nobody was really feeling it because she was the type of person that didn't really do that much. I had worked with her a couple times. So
Mm.
she's like kind of just moseying about the club, doing a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah,
And it gets not even halfway point of the number and she goes backstage. She like
yeah.
leaves.
Oh
And we're
God,
all like,
it's like seeing bad
"Oh
poetry
my
at
god,
a poetry
yes."
slam. Everybody just wants them to shut the fuck up, please. You know?
Mary, stop. Just stop. But she comes back and we're all like, "Wait, your number's still going." They
Yeah.
weren't feeling me, girl. They weren't
Not your
feeling me.
numbers still
The
going.
music was still going. The DJ thought that she was gonna like do tricks or something. So the music's still blasting. I almost went out and finished her number for
Shit.
her.
Oh, you would have collected the tips.
I was so close to doing it. I wish, like, if I could go back to those
Yeah.
days where I was doing drag more frequently, I would go back and I would give myself all of the confidence that I have now as a performer,
Mm.
because I really feel like something like that, I would have gone out and just finished the number. You know, I wouldn't have
Yeah.
cared. I think I was so like worried about stepping on people's toes, and that was not the first time. There was one time
Mm-hmm.
where there was a lip sync for your life in a competition I was doing, and the girls didn't even know the words. So I almost got out of my seat and did the number for them and be like, "Step aside, let me do this for you, since y'all don't know how to do this song."
Oh my gosh. It's quite a bit embarrassing and at least a tiny bit cringeworthy for the
Oh
audience who
my
has to
god,
experience it,
could you
you
imagine? What
know.
would you do in that situation?
I would do my best to look at the menu, girl. I'd call the server order and I said, I think it's another round, please. Anything to make it go. This is the time where we get up for intermission, right? And then I'd clarify. I'd settle
Please.
my bill if I need to. That's
Check,
what the
please.
fuck I'd be doing. It's tough though. I mean, credit to all girls who go out. You're putting
Yeah,
yourself out there, but understand you've got a whole crowd of people judging you with their eyes, their
yeah.
looks, and their money. So,
Girl,
mm-mm.
girl. Do you
Yeah.
remember Mayday?
Mayday. I think so. What has she do you recall? Did I freak out at one point when I saw
Yeah,
it?
she was the one who did when I was doing that one pageant at Hamburger Mary's, or not pageant. I was doing
Yes.
that competition at Hamburger Mary's. She was the one who did the Jackie O look.
Oh,
Do you remember
wow.
that? And she like had the blood at the end,
Yeah, I think so. That
kinda.
sounds familiar.
Yeah, I remember you were living for May.
Her name rings a bell to me. Whoever they were, I mean, I was living for, I feel, almost everybody. I couldn't not support. Everybody was doing so well.
Yeah,
You know, there
yeah.
was one performer that I absolutely loved. It was he was a drag king.
Oh, oh, right.
I think he went on to do something huge. Dragula, am I right? Or am I wrong?
Um.
Landon?
Oh yes, Landon. Landon won season 3 of Dragula.
Mm.
Landon's
Mm.
everything, and Landon is sexy.
Yeah,
Landon
very
is
much so.
everything.
I lived for him. He was
Yeah,
amazing.
he
Oh
was
my gosh.
incredible and is incredible. The
Yes.
did you watch? Did you watch Dragula?
No, I should though.
Oh girl. Oh, it's so good. They did an All Star season about a year ago, maybe.
Wow, already?
Yeah, they called it
Gosh.
Titans. It was so good.
Oh my
It
gosh.
was
The
it was
drama.
everything. Oh, drama up the wazoo.
Uh,
And I mean, I live for that. I love drama.
yes.
It's one of my
Yes.
favorite things. But I'm like, you know.
Yes. I miss that kind of scene, you
Yeah, me
know? So
too.
long as it's not me. I guess that's what everybody says, right? But I live for drama.
Do
It's
you
great.
like listening to all the chisme at work?
Oh my gosh, yes. All the time. And people come to me because I keep my mouth shut. Who the fuck am I going to talk to? You
Oh
know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? The next person? No. Pero I gotta say, I'm the vessel. They
Oh
feel
yeah.
free to talk to me. Yeah, there's been some drama at work recently because it's been 10 years. Okay, so a lot of the managers, they've got offices, but they've got shared offices. So two
Mm,
desks in an office, and they've had roommates, the same roommate, for over 10 years or so. And some of
girl.
the people have been there 20 years. So they don't appreciate change.
Mm,
Well, one new girl who just became a manager complained about her roommate, and
mm.
now the owner's like, well, we're changing everybody up, so everyone's switching offices. People that have formed relationships for like 10 years separated
What?
now, and even though they're just like a couple feet away, it's 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 been depressionville at the
Girl.
office lately because they lost their roommate. I get it. it seems like absolutely nothing at all, but some bitches used to decorate for like holidays together. Some would like, okay, me and you get lunch, you get start. That's I mean, you know,
I've never
what can you
understood the
say?
idea of punishing everybody for something.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
you know who was classic about doing
Mm.
that was our old job.
Oh my
Our old
gosh.
job used to do that all the time. You
All
would
the
mess
time.
up on one thing and everybody would get it.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm guilty of doing that too. We had somebody that I was managing who was taking the longest breaks. And it was multiple people. It wasn't just one. Multiple people taking the longest breaks, and lunches would get out of whack. Somebody hit their fifth because of this person
Mm.
in particular. And, you know, they would do their break and they'd go up and start the rotation again. And they would get the next person going on their break. And then they'd come down and go to the bathroom again and be gone for like 25, 30 minutes. And you know what? I'm a huge fan of poop on company time, pee on company time. But
Yes.
if you're going to do that, don't go up and send the next person on break and get everybody working again and then say, oh, pause everything. We have to stop working because I have to go to the bathroom now. Like,
Mm-hmm.
just don't go up. Don't
No.
go up and work again. If you're going to do your longer break, then just do it. And if you get caught, accept the consequences, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And if you
Mm-hmm.
get in trouble for doing it, accept the consequences. Don't make everybody else
Yes.
suffer. And I'm guilty of having to do something where I had to do like a blanket, like break thing in order just to regulate it. And
Yeah.
so, I participated in it at one point. But yeah, like,
Mm.
you know, it was such an environment where
I know.
there,
I can't even imagine having to fuck up a rotation. So the way that the old job worked basically is that you would have multiple positions, one person at the very end of this list of this multiple position would go on break, and then
right.
when they return, they start the list again, and the list bumps other people out of positions, you know?
Yeah. Ariana
And
Grande.
yeah, there we go. And
Positions.
it was so organized, at least in my point of view. It was
Yeah.
hard to understand how someone could fuck it up, and they absolutely would. So I
This
just
is an
never
open
got
book test. How did you
it.
mess up?
Yeah, there was one point where I had been in the same position, uh, different tickets, okay, 3 times, and my break was missed. It was the last like 2 hours of my day. And I got so mad at the lead. I just didn't understand how something like this could happen to me. And I got so upset. I never talked to him again. Don't fuck with my breaks.
Right.
I'm grateful I have a job right now where it's not that it's unregulated breaks, okay, but at the very least there's no one relying on me
Yeah.
to come back to give them a break, you
Do you
know?
prefer that? Being able to sort of like break and do your own thing when you need to rather than have someone else do your breaks for you?
Oh, yes.
That
Oh,
was so
yes.
stressful when people had to do my breaks for me.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
there's all these laws in California about how you're supposed to take your breaks and when you're
Mhm.
supposed to take them. And if you don't do them, you get in trouble. And I'm like, please don't punish me. This is not my fault.
Right. Right.
It's not, it's somebody else's, you know?
That's right. I the job that I work at is family owned, yeah. So
Mm.
I'm not trying to say that they don't know what they're doing. They do know what they're doing. But are they keeping a close eye because of corporate punch in time ins and time out? Certainly not.
Right.
Certainly not. So I'll sit there. Another minute, another 2 minutes go by, and I'm not missing much. I keep up with my work, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm all for take company time,
Yeah.
a little bit maliciously. Yes, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. It's fine. And and let me just say, I feel bad because it's definitely not a small family business. If
Mm.
it was a mom and pop, then I would feel absolutely obligated to be strict, and
Right.
it's their money, their time. Them, um, hey, okay. You
Yeah.
give me your 10 minutes, I'll take a little 12,
Right.
perhaps. I'll take a little 13. I'll be fine.
Right.
And we normally are. So, yeah,
Yeah,
everything's all
I
right.
feel like I would be. I've never worked for a mom and pop in particular. I've only ever worked for corporations or
Mm-hmm.
things similar. Like when I worked at my college campus, I guess that would be the smallest, but still, I mean, it was the college campus. So it's
Right.
not, it was kind of mid corporation because that campus was owned by a broader company who managed a couple of the schools. But still, I mean, schools in comparison to something like
Oh,
Target is completely different, you know?
totally.
It's
Yeah.
managing on a couple 100,000 rather than a couple million. So
Yeah.
it's, it, what kind of jobs have you done if you feel like comfortable sharing?
Yes, I worked in a paint store.
Yes, we talked about that last
I worked in
week.
a paint store, girl,
Yes.
delivering to construction sites 70 uh gallon paints or 5 fucking gallon paints that weighed 70 pounds. That's what the fuck it was. And no one helped me. Everybody would just watch me suffer bringing these paints out to these construction sites. So I did that.
Did you
And
get
then,
catcalled a lot?
oh, the cat calling, the staring, and
Mm.
the non helping. So rude. So rude. They would see this tiny little girl drive in this truck with a whole bunch of paint to their construction site, all dirt, no roads. And I'd have to dolly that shit over to the um I don't know, to wherever they were painting. I
Mm.
one of the buildings. Bitch, that shit was tough. Um I had to work with contractors too.
Mm.
Ugh, you know? Okay, so there, and then I worked at Disney.
Right.
And I worked there for a long time. Then I worked at Kindred Hospital, which is it's not a Kaiser, it's not a Cedar Sinai or anything. It's a tiny little hospital that was relatively corporate,
Yeah.
but hey man, hey I don't know. I did what I could.
I remember when
I,
you interviewed for the airline,
Oh,
too.
yes. I went all the way to Washington to go try to be a flight attendant girl. And I got all the way to the end, but I didn't get a call back. And then I said, "Okay, my dreams are over." And I never did it again. I definitely should though. But one of my friends is a flight attendant and oh my gosh, you're a waitress in the sky.
Oh my
You're a
God, you're right.
waitress in the
Without the
sky.
tips.
Yeah, with no tips. Not only that, but you don't get paid until the flight takes off.
Right. I remember you told me about that. I thought that was
Mhm.
crazy. So tell
I
everybody
know.
at home listening to our little radio show. Tell them about that.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so all those flight attendants that you see greeting you, saying, "Hi, good morning. Yeah, your
Good
seat is
morning.
going to
Thanks for
be right
coming
over
in on
there,
our
number
flight.
17." Yeah, they're not getting paid. Not until the wheels are fucking off the tarmac. Not until
And it's
off.
not even till like you're in the
Uh-uh.
air, right? Like the wheels could go and you get delayed at the airport for like 4 hours or something before you're
Yeah.
allowed to take off, right? And they still don't get
Mhm.
paid yet, right?
They still don't get paid. Your flight gets delayed, your flight gets late. They're just as pissed.
Mm,
Just as pissed because they're not getting paid for their time there.
that's
And who knows how
insane.
long. It's crazy. And apparently, for some flight attendants, let's say a flight gets delayed like 6 hours, and the flight itself actually lasts, I don't know, 3 hours. Okay, the whole flight. It takes 3 hours to get to one place.
Mm,
They're finished with their shift. So they go home.
yeah.
They go home and they have to get a whole new crew to work your flight. So, like I said, if your flight lasts 3 hours, that's going and another 3 hours coming back. And if
Girl.
they're only paid to work a shift that's 6 hours and they waited that whole 6 hours because of some delay, that's the end of their shift and it's time for them to go home.
Mama.
So whenever you're like at an airport and you're like, why are they having to have a whole new flight crew? That's the
It's because of
reason.
that.
It's because of that. So there'll be days where they get no money and they have to be there.
Do you ever
All in
feel like
makeup
it
and
looks
heels.
really glamorous?
It does. I mean, it's a glamorous job. You're flying places all the time. You're going to new cities, but sometimes you're going to like Jacksonville, Florida, and that's not it. You know what I'm saying? No shade to people in Florida. I'm just
Trigger
saying
warning,
sometimes
Florida.
you're going to Cincinnati, Ohio, and what's
Yeah.
very glamorous about that?
Back swamp.
Yeah. So I interviewed for that too, did not get it.
Yeah.
I was a little sad, but that's okay. That's okay. I guess it just wasn't my time. After that, after I worked at the hospital, I now work for the enemy. I worked at a property management company for HOAs, homeowners
The
associations. That's what
horribly
I do.
offensive association.
That's correct, girl. And I'm the one. I'm the one who sends you the letters to say, move that mailbox, you know? Fix that cable that's hanging from your window.
You gotta repaint your
Uh-huh.
property.
You
You
gotta
know?
fix them nasty ass blinds. That's me.
Your cat blinds are really not working for me. I need you to
No.
remove them. You know?
I hate that umbrella. Take it down. That pink umbrella is not approved. That's me, girl.
Right.
It's tough.
We talked about it a couple of weeks ago that with the HOAs, the reason why they exist is they're mostly funded by the cities, right? And the cities sort of like pay the money, like they have them do all this work so that the city doesn't
Mm,
have to do it themselves.
pretty much. It's not really that the cities are uh, I don't know. If you've noticed, if you live in California, you've noticed that the majority of the homes that are being built are under associations. And
Right.
there's this theory out, can't tell you how true it is, but I'm like 97.8% certain.
Mm,
I'm not, but that it's so the city does not have to do maintenance on the homes. For example, if you live in a residential home and you got a tree out that belongs to the city is required to trim that tree when necessary,
right.
So they'll post notices. For an association, that's the homeowners association responsibility to do that, not the city's.
Right.
So there'll be plenty of times where I'll reach out to the city and say, "Hey, y'all have some fucked up drains. Can you fix that?" And they'll be like, "No, honey, that's your problem." So they love to tell me that, which is fine.
mm,
Which is fine. It is my problem.
yeah.
The
I
same thing
mean,
goes for HOAs. A homeowner calls in for some sort of interior plumbing issue.
mm.
I gotta go, baby. You signed the papers. You should have read what you got into. I'm sorry, but that's gonna be your problem to fix.
Ugh.
So, it's
I think your theory makes sense to me because you know that these
yeah,
people hate doing anything. Hate doing
yes.
anything. And I mean, on one hand, I really hate the idea of an HOA. I think it's
Mm.
so ridiculous that some old ass lady, probably named like Ethel or
Oh, definitely.
Elizabeth May, is gonna
Carol.
Carol Ann is gonna tell you that you can't paint your house pink because
Yeah.
she doesn't like it and she thinks it brings the property value down. Girl, mama, Miss Ma'am, Miss Karen haircut, you need to back up your attitude all the way down. I paid
Yeah.
so much money for this house. This is mine. I can do
Yeah.
whatever I want with it, and I'm going to do whatever I want with it. And if you don't like it, you can eat my
Mm-hmm.
entire butt. All of it.
I know.
All of
I
it.
would never live in an association. I know I work for a property management company, but you ask anybody that I work with, they could never. Now, okay, to not lose my job, right?
Right.
It's beneficial. It's so good. Listen, it's only good if you've got the right amenities. I can understand why you would want to live in an association. One, if it's gated. If it's
Mm,
not gated, it's not for you.
right.
Okay, go find a real house if you can.
Right.
People, also, just a side note, people try to say, well, living in association is cheaper because,
Where?
they do stuff for you. They absolutely do not do nothing for you.
No, you're responsible for everything. You pay all these
A
extra
good
fees
majority.
for almost
Yeah.
nothing.
Yep. Any of those homes you see back to back to back to back, listen, if you got a problem, your neighbor has a problem. And you're responsible for that neighbor because you're stuck side to side with them.
Right.
So it sucks. So like I said, the only good things about associations, one, you got to have the right amenities, right? A pool, a spa, a gym, a tennis court. If you got all that shit, incredible. Sure. That's cool. It's also very expensive for those amenities, so if you can afford it, by all means.
Right.
Um, by all
Expensive. And who's
means.
got that money?
Oh,
Who
the
has it?
association. The
Exactly.
association. Yeah, it goes directly to the homeowners association into their what's called reserved funds. So what those funds are is in case oh my gosh, here I am jumping all over the place. Associations are sometimes responsible for like things like the landscaping in the
Okay.
common areas, meaning public area where everybody has access to.
Mm.
They're responsible for maybe the street light right outside your house. You know,
Mm.
they're responsible for your roof. That's a good selling point right there. If
Mm.
they're responsible for your roof, cool. Um, what they're not responsible for, usually, right, is okay, you had a leak in
Pipes
your house.
burst.
Uh-huh. We'll fix your roof, but not your inside. That's your problem.
Girl.
Well,
What's
but
even the point in
but
paying all that money?
hello, I know. But the leak, obviously the interior was damaged as a result of the leak. Well, yeah, but that's why we're fixing your roof now. We're not fixing your inside though, so sorry. It's literally and the crazy thing, it's literally in the documents that you sign. Just people don't
Yeah.
read it because it's so crazy long. They make it so difficult. You have to put it into Chat GPT. Explain this to me in
Not
simple
ChatGPT.
terms
Do
and
you
come
read terms and conditions when you get them? You know, when you get like those little disclosures and they're like, read all this and sign your life away. Do you read those?
uh
Be honest.
if it's in iTunes, I don't. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? If it's on the Apple Store, I absolutely do not. But like
Yeah.
otherwise,
I
I
read
do my
all that
best.
stuff. I read it. I'll skim it, you know,
Good
and
for you.
I'll look at
Yes.
all the bullet points because you know there's always subsection 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know,
Uh-huh.
so on. And so I'll read those, and it'll be like section 1, who are we? And it usually names you and what your name is in the
Mm.
agreement. So it'll be like you, the renter, agree that we, the villain and devil bitch, get
Yeah.
to tell you what you can do with the property or whatever. And then
Yes.
section 2, they'll sort of go into what you're able to do and what your licensing is with it. And so like I'll read all of the important stuff and I'll usually skim the parts like indemnity is almost always the same. They're like if you
Mm-hmm.
sue us, you agree that we're going to have our lawyers and you're responsible for your own lawyers, but you got to let us
Yes.
know that you're going to sue us before so we could try to fix it. Like
Yeah.
that's almost in every single contract. There's like a lot of standard things that I'm very aware of. So
Yes.
like I read all that. I read all of it because I want to know. I want to know what I can get away with.
Yes, and it's so important to read the documents. Don't get me wrong. I haven't had many experiences where I've had to sign terms and conditions
Mm,
other than the App Store, Apple, you know what I mean? But
right.
when it comes to your home, when it comes to where you're laying your head down, you
Mm.
100%
You
need to
absolutely need
read
to
the
read
fine
all
print.
of that front to back.
Absolutely.
Front to
Yes.
back. Well, and even then, like a lot of those types of contracts, even if you're not signing it, you know, and you're just clicking like I read and acknowledged, that's your digital signature that you agree to whatever. There are a lot of those apps. I don't know if you've ever noticed by reading
Mm,
them, probably not.
hmm
There's a couple
Probably
of
not.
probably not. So sorry to read you and rip your wig off.
Oh my
But
God. In this
in
podcast,
this
girl,
podcast, in front
with
of all
all
these
these
people,
people.
right? God and Dolly Parton,
Lord.
there are a couple of those apps that certify that you say you're okay with them listening into your microphone with a
Oh.
AI bot that will
Mm,
listen to what you're talking about so that it can target ads your way. Some of those
girl.
apps do that where like have you ever noticed that you'll be talking about wanting, I don't know, Domino's pizza, and then you'll get on Facebook and it'll be like Domino's pizza app. Or it'll be like, go and buy a pizza. Here's a coupon for it. Or you'll be playing one of those mobile games or whatever, and then you'll get a Domino's ad. Have you ever noticed anything like that?
Yeah.
It's because those apps are listening to you. It's
I'm
not
deleting
like,
them right now.
well, the way that you can get around that is by going through into your microphone and disabling access to all those apps. But a lot of those contracts will say, like, we can use this. And so there have been lawsuits for some of those companies. Like, we didn't know that you were tracking me. We didn't know that you were listening to me. And they'll be like, it's in the contract, girl. We told you that we were going to be listening in to target ads your way. And you certified that you were okay with it. And a lot of those types of things, even on the internet, you'll download a video game or something and it'll tell you exactly what you can and cannot do with it and how you're able to sort of like broadcast it. And that's something that I'm presently aware of because I stream. There are some games where they're like,
Oh, makes
if you put
sense.
this on the internet, we can copyright this at any time. And do you remember all the Star Tree stuff with Animal Crossing when they were
Yeah.
cracking down and they were ripping those mods out? It's because there's
Yes.
certain language that's in those contracts with Nintendo. When you buy a game, you're signing a digital contract that you're agreeing to all their rules, and they have full right to say, we don't want you to do mods. We can remove that. So a lot of people were upset trying to like sue Nintendo for breaching their like fun or whatever. But Nintendo's
Mm-hmm.
like, we have the final say in this. So all
Mm.
those things are important to read, but especially, like you said, especially with your home. You gotta
Oh my
know what you're getting your
gosh.
booty into.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I feel so bad for anybody who doesn't understand and they get all kinds of violations
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, "For what? What did I do?" And I'm like, "Oh, girl, you signed it though."
Yeah.
I
And there's
I
nothing you
really
can
should
do
be
at
better.
that point. There's literally nothing you can do.
No, I always do my best to tell them that, listen, at least on my end, genuinely on my end,
Mm-hmm.
it for me, it's a click away to
Right.
remove it off. But you got to give me proof that you listened and that you understand. And it's mainly because I don't want them to keep receiving these letters because I am the one who generates the letter, but thankfully my name's not at the bottom, you know. But so I tell them just
Jasmine,
at
the
the very
bitch
least.
HOA.
I try to help them out. I
Mm,
just say for us it's as easy as a click. For you, I just need you to provide me proof. Yes, that you
right.
removed your weeds, and I'm glad you did. Here's a picture. Thanks so much. You won't get a letter from us again unless you
Mm.
do it again. But I try to give them the solution. I think that comes from working at Disney too, because it's
Right.
never just a no, it's never a I don't know. You always have to give them some sort of solution or let me look into it.
Mm.
But oh, girl, I mean, this job has definitely made me feel so jaded. I'm not the same as I was when I worked at Disney, all happy, bubbly, and cute. You know, working for a management company, especially
Mm.
with homes, people care so much about their homes, as they
Yeah.
should,
It's
as
so
they should.
inaccessible to get one.
Yes. And so those that are really passionate about their association, uh, it's hard because it's
Mm.
so disheartening seeing people tattletale on others. And working for the company that enforces those rules, you know.
Right.
And I do explain, listen, it's not me. It's your association. Okay, if your association has those rules, honey, there's not much I can do other than to tell you to not do that shit,
Yeah, you're
girl.
just a mouthpiece.
I'm just the mouthpiece. So I do my best to tell them how to get around it, how to like find a solution here, but woof, man. Some
Yeah.
people and then some people are absolutely psychos. They
Drag
they
me.
do not care and it's crazy how punishing it could be when you don't care
Mm.
about the place that you live at and it doesn't matter how many fines you accumulate. Girl, so I don't know. But I'm good at my job. I'm real good at my job. It's a listen, there's always going to be a job for homes, for properties.
Right.
Oh, I'm grateful for that. Just as much as there's always going to be a job in healthcare or the food industry, there's always going to be a job because people got to live somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And since more HOAs are popping up, well, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, what can you do? It's
Yeah.
just, it's so
Yeah.
disheartening that we have to participate in capitalism because there's so many times where I think a lot of these jobs just would not exist if we
Mm-hmm.
didn't have to worry about all this nonsense.
Yeah.
Jake and
Yeah.
I were talking last night about different things that happen at work and the way that people sort of respond to various situations at work
Mm-hmm.
and how they sort of buckle underneath managers or policies or rules. And it I don't think anybody goes in and thinks I want to mess up somebody's day. Maybe
No.
there's a handful of people that are sort of
Mm.
dicks that are
Mm.
just like, I'm on a power trip and I need to feel something, so I'm going to punish everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't imagine too many people are like that. And sometimes you have to hammer down on the most frustrating things because somebody above you, above them said, do this.
Yeah.
And it's same with HOAs. And it happened all the time at Disney. They'd be like, you can't call out anymore because we want you here because we need you making money. And then some manager has to say, so you're not allowed to call out anymore. And
Yeah.
if everybody in your house dies in an explosive diarrhea incident, I'm so sorry you have to keep coming into work. And
Mm-hmm.
you're like, but my house blew up and there's diarrhea all over my street. I got to clean it up. Nope, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I
You
gotta
have to
clean
come
it.
in. I'm so sorry. And it's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
what?
What are you supposed to
What are you
do?
supposed to do? And like, you can be yelled at all day long. And that was, I think, one of the hardest things for me at Disney was like people yelling over something that wasn't my decision, getting mad at me over something that wasn't my
Yes.
decision. I'm like, girl,
Yes.
was not me. I'm
Yeah.
just the bitch that makes the biscuits, you
Yes.
know?
Yes. Oh, that's my job to a T. To a
Yeah.
T. I feel terrible saying, listen, someone will call me and they'll say I received a violation because my I got my son's graduation photo out displayed on my yard. You mean to tell me I can't do that? Celebrate my son? And I would have to tell them, I'm sorry.
Oh,
You can't. And it's
God.
not my choice. I'm sure I would love to see your son's photo out there displayed for everyone to see and be proud, but
Right.
other people don't want to see it. And so there you go. Okay? Have to remove it. And I'm
You're
sorry.
the enemy.
I'm the enemy. I'm the bad guy. I really am.
Have you
It's
ever
it's
mouthed off at
hard.
anybody? Not in your current job, but just in any job.
Oh my God, mouth anybody off?
Yeah.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? I'm sorry. Listen, if it ever goes silent on my end, it's because I put you on mute. Okay? I literally yelled at a vendor the other day, on mute, I will say, okay?
Mm.
I emailed this guy. I gave him contact info, a map, a gate code, a location, scope of work, description, give the guy a call. I put everything in that email, and my emails are so anal because I never,
Anal.
ever, ever want you to call me. Never call me at
Don't
my
even
job.
talk to me.
Don't ever call me at my
Don't ask me
job.
to do my job.
Yeah, literally don't. But I do that so it prevents getting a phone call. Everything's in there for you. You don't even have to ask me for anything. It's all there. Well, I sent the email. Not 5 minutes later, he gives me a phone call. Hey, I got your
Oh,
email.
I hate that.
Could you please what's the contact information for the guy? Oh yeah, sure. Just a second. Let me look it up. I'm gonna put you on hold for a moment. Put that shit on mute. And I immediately go, can this fucking guy look with his stupid cow eyes and scroll down in the email? How about taking a look? You know what I'm saying? And I unmute it and I go, yeah, the guy's name is Greg. It's gonna be 909, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. Okay, well, thank you very much. And then I hung up and then I emailed him again and I go, um, please,
Please read the emails.
please see the email. I'm literally the per my email. It's all in there for you. Never call me again. I hope.
Don't even talk to me.
No, literally don't talk to me.
Don't
Okay.
even acknowledge me. Don't perceive
No.
me in any way. Stay
Uh-uh.
away from me. Don't come near
Yeah.
my desk.
If you even come on my phone, don't come on my phone. Personal property.
What
You know
about if
what
I come on your tits?
I'm just saying, don't. I gotta sanitize that shit. Please
Please.
don't. I feel dirty picking up that phone, taking a phone call.
Please.
Yeah. Just email me. It's all in there. I can't. Yeah, I mouth people off all the time. They have no idea. I would
What
hope they
about
have no idea.
what about meetings that could have been an email? Ooh, do you hate that?
Oh my gosh, dude.
I
I
hate
have
it.
one board member who is so obsessed with himself. He'll talk on the phone with me. He'll go 20 minutes with me typing away because I got him. I've got the receiver on the desk, not even to my ear. He'll hear me typing away and he'll be going off. He loves to hear himself talk. And he talks like this. He goes, "Hi, Jazz. It's Bob. Uh, you know, and like I said once again, we gotta fix the gates, and this is why." He knows exactly what he's doing. He knows he's torturing me, but he does it anyway. I think he gets some sort of enjoyment out of it. I don't know what. We have daily scheduled calls. It's always going to be at 1 p.m. after lunch because he knows I don't have an excuse to leave right away. Oh my goodness. And he sends these emails that are essays, no breaks, no periods, no commas. It's just text, 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 text. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there's no grammar involved at all. And
Honey,
he'll
it's
he'll
grammar.
his phrases, oh my gosh, his phrases are, "I just had an enlightening conversation about the bubbling problems that are surfacing to the top of the community." And
Please
I always say, "What are we
enlightened
doing here?
by
What
the
are we
bubbling
doing?"
problems. I'm going to use
Yeah.
that all the time.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, I love
What a
that high
waste
key
of
though.
time.
It's so silly. You could
Yes.
I sometimes over communicate and I would definitely send longer emails only because I want to make sure that everything is said so you do not have to schedule a meeting, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But like sometimes they'll, you know, they won't even read all the info and they'll
Oh
want to do a
no,
meeting
no.
anyway. And I'm like, why are we doing this? We already talked about it. I sent you everything so you did not have to do this. I
Yes,
hate being
yes.
scheduled extra time, especially on a day that I would normally be off or I wouldn't have to come in. So you can sit down and be like, so we're going to talk about breaks and let's talk
Oh
about why
gosh.
people aren't taking their breaks on time. And then we're going to tell you about all the exciting, stupid stuff that's happening in 15 months that you're going to forget about. Like, why
Yeah.
didn't you just email this to me?
Yes.
I could have
Yes.
had it. So like, you know, I'm here for over communicating, but sometimes like just say what you need to say. If
Oh,
it's
please. Please get to the point. People get
right.
tired of listening to you speak after 5 seconds in. You know what I mean? They won't even read the first sentence of your email
Do you
sometimes.
ever want to tell
I
them that? Like, nobody likes you. Just stop talking.
I've wanted to. I never have had
I've
the
never
nerve
done
to.
it. I've never
I've
done it.
never had the nerve because
I've
I feel
wanted to so
terrible. There
many
must
times.
be no one
Yeah.
in their life. There must be no one in their life who cares about them because they only want to talk to me on the phone, at work, on my paid time. You know, it's tough. It's tough listening to this people, but I let them drone, and I'll pop in with an occasional yes, yes, I'm here. Hi, yeah, I'm listening. I'm just waiting for you to finish, and then I'll give
Sometimes
you my input.
I want to tell
I
people that. I
yeah,
want to be like,
I'm
but
as
they don't listen.
respectful as can be, as I'm legally allowed to be. You know, definitely. But oh my God, some people can absolutely drone on if they've got nothing else going on,
Drive
and
me.
there's tiny little tricks of uncomfortable, like showing that you're uncomfortable without
Mm,
being rude. For example, they'll say something
mm,
that was rather rude, and I'll stay silent for maybe 4 seconds.
mm.
Does not seem very long, but it definitely gives the impression of a no, I'm not responding to that.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Silence
Um,
can feel very long if you use it
oh,
effectively.
yes, very long. And so they feel obligated to backtrack then
Mm.
and say, well, I didn't mean it like that. Or there'll be times where I've had to say, did you intend? to say that to me. And they repeat themselves in a much nicer way. There are little things that I've had to learn, you know?
Yeah.
I've definitely, I don't know, Jer, I mean, I'm sure you knew me like this. I used to be a sorry girl, which is
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm so sorry. Sorry, it's so like, hey, can I just come in here? I'm sorry. I used to do that
Yeah.
all the
All
time.
the time. And it's
No
okay to
more.
not do that.
No more. I'm so glad I'm not like that anymore.
Good. I'm proud of you.
No more.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
so
so hard to
silly.
unlearn that though.
It's a
But
lot
that
of
job
unlearning.
pounded the shit out of me. Told me to not.
Oh.
It
Oh.
absolutely did. So I'm so grateful I'm not like that anymore. But it takes so much unlearning
Yeah.
to not feel like you're a burden to everybody in your
Yeah.
life, you know?
You know what one of my favorite things to say is when I think someone is being too out of pocket, or like if they're bothering me in some way with what they're saying, I'll
Mm.
say, it is my favorite thing. Yeah, I think the inside voice came to the outside. Sometimes it's okay to keep our inside thoughts on the inside. I'll alternate between those two things. Like fully
Girl.
just it's a big brain way of saying you didn't need to say that. You could have just kept thinking the words that you thought and not ever used them.
Yes.
And it gets the point. Sometimes they'll sit and they do that silent thing where they're thinking, they're processing. You can hear the computer buzzing.
Yeah.
That old Windows sound when it was
Yeah.
connecting to the
The
internet.
PS4 fan is
Yes.
whirring.
Yeah. The airplane sound of the PS4, the Xbox. And they're like processing what those words mean. And then either they get it or they won't. And they'll ask for clarity. And then I'll usually just say it again. And I'll say it in a different way.
Yeah.
The words that you said should have stayed inside your brain. And it would have been fine if we had been there. There's this one TikToker that I
Oh my
watch who
gosh.
sometimes makes reaction videos where people will say the most out of pocket things, and she'll reply, "Do you remember secrets?
Oh
Do
my
you remember how we used to
gosh.
keep those? Do you
Yes.
remember when people used to journal all their private thoughts that they didn't want to say out loud? We should go back to that."
Oh,
And I love using that too. I love using that
yes.
too. I think I did it once or twice at Disney with someone where I told them that I was like, you could have kept that thought inside. We're at work. You didn't need to say that. And they shut down right away. But
Yeah.
I would
Kills the
I put my
momentum.
headphones in all the time when I didn't want to talk to people
Oh,
all the
yes.
time.
Oh, yes. Best way to know to not talk to me, I don't make eye contact with you. If you try to make eye contact with me and I'm not looking at you, probably a good time to not talk to me, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
I do. Oh my gosh, I try. You know what I have? So I sit with my back to the door. I've got my
Mm,
own office and I sit with my back to the door. You know what I did, bitch? I put a mirror so I could
stop.
have eyes on the back of my head so I
That's
know who
smart.
is approaching me from the back
Oh yeah. I
because
hate
I'm
being
not the
snuck up
one.
on.
Yes. Oh, all the time. All the time. And it used to be fine because I would turn around, give people my whole full attention, and
Not
10
giving
minutes
them
would
your
go by.
whole.
Yeah, not no more, girl. Now I gotta focus on work.
Yeah.
You know? But I can't with that. I used to tell people at my work, like if someone was getting a little bit upset,
Mm,
someone like a coworker or a manager, which is, I'll be honest, very rare.
right.
That does not happen. At least not to me. They're normally upset at whatever they're doing at the moment, and they come to me to vent. But if someone were to get upset with me, I'd say, like, are you okay? You clearly are feeling some emotions right now
Yeah.
that I have
You feeling
nothing
some
to
kind of
do with.
way.
Are you doing all right? And that would stop them as well, which was so nice. I don't know, just a nice way of saying you fucking are crazy right now. Don't talk to me. What's wrong with you?
Again, don't speak to me while I'm working.
Yeah.
Don't talk
Oh
to me.
my gosh.
You want to talk to me about my job? Send an email. Don't do it.
Yeah, anything to know. We have IM, okay? You can IM me. This didn't need to be a 10-minute conversation. And there's so many people that trap you in conversations. I still struggle to get out of those convos when people trap you in a conversation. They're venting about their life or they're telling you
Mm.
about their struggles. And I did not need this trauma dump right now. I'm trying
Oh,
to go to
yeah.
lunch.
Trauma dumping
Can
has
I go to
gotten
lunch?
so much worse post-COVID.
Oh.
I get it. I understand it. You know, we went through
Hmm.
2 years where we sort of reset our social skills, and everybody did that.
Yeah.
Everybody reset their way of talking, communicating, all of that. And some
Hmm.
people decided that they don't want that. And that is
Hmm.
totally okay. When when people do that, I mean, I have a slightly different scenario because of what I do for my job, but I am so comfortable with the block button, and I'm like so comfortable with that. If someone's bothering me, I'll mute them or block them, and I'm like, I don't want to do this. Someone recently was gaslighting me on a video I posted on TikTok. It went really viral, and I did a couple responses, and one person
Yeah.
totally gaslit me. And I replied, I'm exhausted by this conversation and you not listening to what I said. And they replied, that's what I expected your response to be. And I'm like, no, bitch, block. Absolutely not. But like in regular day to day conversation, if something is too much, I'm just very comfortable with saying, this is a lot for me right now. If we can move on and refocus on something else. And
Yeah.
that's like something I've gotten very comfortable with saying, because sometimes you just don't want to hear it. You just
Yeah.
don't want to.
It's just not the time or place.
No.
Really not. I was talking to a manager. I'm at the bottom of the stairs. She's at the top of the stairs trying to talk to me about her struggles this week. And I kept trying to make signs, looking at my watch, looking at my phone, tapping my shoes, brushing my hair out of my face, um,
Yanking individual
doing anything
strands
I
and
could
counting
to
them.
indicate to her, pick up a sign, honey. I'm trying to leave. I just wanted to say, how are you?
Yeah.
Doing okay? That's all I wanted to say. She could have just said, no, I'm not, but thank you, or like I'm doing fine. But come on, girl, yelling at me from the stairs, trauma dumping from the stairs. Where is the social skill?
Yeah,
Ah,
I feel
man.
bad for those people because they clearly don't have anybody to
Yeah,
talk to in their day to
yeah,
day, that they can't
yeah,
get that out at home. I've also gotten very comfortable with not asking questions I don't want answers to. You know?
yeah.
Like I want to be respectful towards everybody, and I think a part of that is respecting myself too. That if I don't want to get locked into a conversation and I don't want to give you a false sense that I care about something, if
Mm-hmm.
I see somebody and I don't necessarily want to get locked into a conversation, I'll just say, "Hey, good to see you," and that's it, and I'll leave it at that. I don't do the and when I went back to Disney, I stopped at the "How are you" thing. I just stopped
Oh,
completely
good for
because I'm
you.
like, some people I do want to know. Some people I really genuinely, if I get locked in a conversation, I'm fine. For the most part, I kind of just want to come in, get out, do my job. My coworkers are not my friends, and I learned that.
Oh,
Your
girl.
coworkers are not your friends. They can be,
Yes,
but they are not your friends.
yes.
So you don't owe them anything. They don't owe you anything, you know?
Right,
So I
right.
just got very comfortable with not asking how are you. Just I see somebody, hey, it's good to see you. How are you? I'm good. And then you keep walking.
Yep.
And I just do
Yeah.
my thing. And some people, I know that it feels like it's rude to just say, I really don't have time for this conversation. But what's the retaliation? And I think that
Yeah.
that is always the thing that goes to my brain. What's the
Yeah.
retaliation if I say what's really on my mind right now? This person won't talk to me again. Let's go. I don't want them to. Or they're going to think I'm a bitch. Well, guess what,
Yeah.
Mimi? I am. I am a
I
bitch.
agree.
I am that girl.
I
And I don't
love
know.
that. I love that. I've just recently started getting used to like declining people's lunch invitations.
Ooh,
Sometimes
yes.
I just want to sit in my car and watch my shows,
You want
I
to be that
just
little
want to
old man at
zone
the
out.
cafe looking out the window at the
And the thing
birds.
is, when I decline, I just, do you want to go to lunch? No, but I'll see you after work. So,
Something that I
I'll
recently
see you when we
heard
leave. No,
is
I don't want to go out to lunch today.
yes, no is a
And,
complete sentence.
uh absolutely. Absolutely a complete sentence. I don't need
Yes.
to give you a reason. I don't need to give you an excuse, nor do I need to lie.
Yeah.
Accept my no and move on,
I
you know?
don't need a reason. Not sorry. I don't want your stupid lunch.
No, a no is a no.
Yeah.
I mean, period, you
Yes.
know?
No period is complete sentence. You need no more
Yes.
explanation than that. I
Yes.
think some
Yes.
people think that it's not, and they're like, but I need to know why. No, you don't.
Mm-mm.
No, you don't. No is
No.
enough. No is no.
Yeah.
I don't need to give you
You
anything
think
more
I
than
want to
that.
tell you my sad life? Hanging out in my car watching my shows? I absolutely don't need to share that with you. No, I don't want to go to lunch and spend maybe 40 or 50 bucks on a fucking lunch for
Mm.
myself. I don't want to. I just want to hang out in my car, you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
Want to live your life. Yeah, me too. I don't know. No is a
yeah.
complete sentence. You don't need to give a response to anybody if they ask for it. Obviously, don't be a dick to people just because you can, but
Obviously.
sometimes, like,
Right.
people are disrespectful by not respecting your time.
Yeah.
To sort of get out of pocket here. It's like those guys that won't finish. You're like at their house waiting for the hookup to end, and they're like, "Oh, I could go for another hour." Respect my time. We
Yeah.
have bills
Respectfully,
to
I can't.
pay.
I'm done.
Yeah, I
I've
want to
been
go
clocked out.
home. I'm tired. I
Yeah.
want to go. Respect my time and let me leave. Finish. Stop with all of
Very much the
this.
trapping in a conversation, but for hooking up, you know? Oh my gosh. Yeah, when they take forever, it's
Yeah.
rough,
Yeah, and it's
especially
the
when you're
same with
well done and over. You
it's
know,
like that
stick
at
a fork
work.
in me. I'm done. Wow,
Well,
that's such an
speak
old
of being
phrase.
done, we are at the end of our journey here, unfortunately. But I always love having you and talking with you and catching up and
Yeah,
doing
me
this.
too.
It's been so fun.
It has. I love our little love sessions
Me
every day.
too.
They're so nice. Uh, they're my favorite, and I look forward to Thursdays now more than ever with
Yes.
you. That's normally the day that we record, so it's been highlight of the week. Like I every
Yes.
time it comes up, I'm like, oh my gosh, this week is going by so fast, and it's because I got something to look forward to, you know?
Yes, I love that.
Yeah,
Me too.
yeah.
I
Hmm.
seriously look forward to it so much. But yeah, thank you for being here again. Thanks for sharing your stories.
Yes,
My
ma'am.
cats are freaking out. We have a fly that's in here, and
Mm.
Georgia is losing her mind. She's been like for the last 10 minutes just jumping on things, and I am surprised she hasn't like jumped on the mic yet
Oh,
because this fly is driving her nuts. Losing her mind.
aw,
I gotta help her with this. But yeah,
little
thank you
predator
so
over
much.
there.
Right? Finally doing
Yeah.
something. They just sit around here and do a whole lot of nothing. You gotta go feed your cat, I think. It's
Oh
that
my God, I
time.
gotta go. She gets a daily feed at 7 and at 7. Okay, and gets very upset if I'm late, so I should go.
I adore you so much.
I love
I
you.
love
I hope you have
you.
a good day today.
Yes, you too. Thank you for
Thanks.
everyone listening. Remember to take care of yourselves. Remember you're doing a great job and you are doing the best that you can, and that is all that you can do. And we will talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.
Bye. Have a good day, everybody.